Hey, what's up guys, it's Renaldo here. Yeah, so a Merry Christmas and a happy 2015 for all of you out there. It's been a while since I made a video, and the reason for that is because I just simply didn't have the energy to continue making videos where I screamed and shouted at a camera and it changed nothing. I looked at the subscribers that I built up, I looked at the sort of responses that I got, and it just didn't make sense for me. It didn't help me, it didn't help South Africa, and it sure as hell didn't resolve any issues in South Africa. So, a lot of people have a lot of theories out there as to why I've calmed down, as to why I've done this and why I've done that. But at the end of the day, it's firstly because of my health. I just couldn't have kept on doing that. And secondly, because it didn't resolve anything. So this has shocked a lot of people because I've been very active on Facebook and not so much YouTube. And people seem to think that I am more liberal now than what I've ever been before in my life, which is simply not true, because if you've watched my videos from the start, you would realize that I held racism at a level where whether a white person, a black person, a colored person, an Indian person, or whoever did it, I would hold them accountable. I'm against racism completely. I'm against hate speech completely. So, sorry if this is news to you, but this is who I have been my whole life. I've been a liberal person my whole life, and just because I'm not shouting doesn't mean that I don't hold the same principles anymore. But irrespective, I want to discuss something and I want to get your input on it. From now on, there's no more screaming and shouting. From now on, it's me asking you guys a question and I want to hear your input. Because the past videos was me giving my opinion and nobody said anything back, that was anything worth mentioning. Whereas now, I actually want to hear your input and I want to hear what you think the solutions should be to what I'm saying. So this video is going to focus on hate speech and racism on social media. Now, it has become more prevalent. I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you look 2-3 years ago on social media, people would keep it like sort of covered or hidden to specific groups and not so out in public like it is today. There's a bunch of pages on Facebook where you would find people using the K word, where other people would sort of still refer to boers and make all the negative comments that you still would find in closed groups, but not so much anymore. It's out in the public. It's there for everybody to see. Now, my question to you is, do you think that we should take action against people like this? Do you think these people should be held responsible for the things that they say on social media? And then the second question is, what do you think needs to be done if you say that something needs to be done? Now, my opinion on this matter is, because I have an HR background, the logical thing for me to do would take a screenshot of what they said and send it to the HR department of their employer. So what I'm basically doing is I'm taking what they said and I am posting it or emailing it rather to the employer and let the HR department deal with it. I believe that is a firm stance to have. I believe it's a sound stance to have, because at the end of the day, you are always representing an employer. And if it's in the employer's code of conduct that you're not allowed to do these things, then obviously you've got a bunch of trouble on your hands. Do you think that's taking it a step too far? Do you think reporting what they say on social media to the employer is taking it to the next level? What is your take on the legal aspect of that? My understanding is that the only thing that I'm doing is I'm taking a statement that he made and I'm sending it to his employer. Legally, I don't think that I can be held accountable for that, because I am not the one that made the statement. The cause is what he said, and a reason for dismissing him or disciplining him or her is purely based on what he said. I was just the communication line between the two. Do you think that will stand in a court? Do you think that'll work? What is your opinion on that? Freedom of speech is accepted, but people start to think that hate speech is free speech, and that simply isn't the case. A racist remark and anything that puts another ethnicity in harm's way or degrades who and what they are, that is hate speech, and that is a racist statement. So people tend to get this confused where they think that freedom of speech protects all types of speeches, when in actual fact it doesn't. Hate speech is hate speech, and it's not protected under the freedom of speech banner in our constitution. So, that is what I've got to say. Give me your input, listen to the 2 questions that I asked, and give me your answers. That's all I've got to say. Till later, cheers and peace out.
Ah.